Well, the situation at our southern border has gone from bad to worse, and it's going to be apocalyptic on Thursday. Title 42 is ending. Now we're hearing reports of up to 700,000 people expected to surge across the border, and it is insane. I want to go to the Patriot Mobile Newsmaker line from Georgia's 11th Congressional District. Congressman Barry Loudermilk joins us. Congressman, hope you're doing good today.
I'm doing good, Todd. Hope you're doing well, too.
I am. The images, though, coming out of places like El Paso, where the city's already been overrun, Congressman, what are you hearing, and what can the people in the border states expect come Thursday and Friday?
I think you described it well as apocalyptic. I mean, this is a national security crisis at this point. When you're talking over 5 million people coming across the border just during the time of this administration, that was it was an issue back then. It became a crisis. It is now a national security crisis with Title 42 ending Thursday. You're talking about 13,000 more people per day, and that's just what the administration is estimating. Now, they've had 2 years that they have been fighting to end Title 42. You would think they would have a plan more than just sending 1,500 National Guard troops to the border, not to help secure it, but to help process more through more rapidly. This is something that is totally, it's unacceptable. They're not enforcing the laws that are on the book, and we have to do something. We have to do it now. But the people in those cities, the property owners down there, their lives are going to be at risk. There's no other way about it. I mean, it's not their livelihoods, it's their lives, because there are some extremely bad people that are coming across this border, besides the human trafficking and the drug trafficking that we're already seeing.
When you look at the tally, and we've heard upwards of 400,000 a month, that when you just go ahead and let's do a deep dive into those numbers, we're talking about millions and millions of people that are coming into this country illegally under the Biden administration. And those are the ones we actually know about. So my question is, what can we do?
Well, it's not only they're coming, they're being assisted by the Biden administration to make it easier for them to come in. Look, what needs to happen is what the House is going to do this week is we're going to pass legislation to basically turn back the hands of time back to the previous administration. We can control the border. You just have to have the willingness to do it. Continue to build the border wall. Construct it again. That's a first step. Also enforce the laws that are already on the book. Reinstate things like the Mexico City policy. Get Border Patrol agents on the border and have them do their job, not just processing like some concierge just to get people in, but actually enforcing the law and turning people back. Don't let them loose into the United States. Take the families, take the individuals, put them on buses and send them back across the border. Arrest those that have criminal records and send them back to Mexican prisons. I mean, this is the type of thing we have to have a heavy-handed approach to secure our nation, because it's a national security crisis at this point.
You look at the Constitution, and there is an opportunity, there is a mechanism in place when a state has been invaded that the federal government has to come in and defend that state. And it looks to me that we are dealing with an invasion. It's been going on for quite some time now. And I'm wondering if the federal government can't step in, should the states have the right and have the authority to defend their own borders?
You know, it's to the point where we're going to have a serious conversation about that. And that's why I think it's important for us to recognize this as Congress as a national security crisis and equate to an invasion that's being assisted by the President of the United States. And this is the thing that this isn't just, this is happening and we're not doing enough to stop it. This is the administration actively involved and engaged in assisting people to illegally enter into this nation. They are assisting the people to do this, and this is unacceptable by any term.
On the Patriot Mobile Newsmaker line today, everybody, Congressman Barry Loudermilk from Georgia. Congressman, before we get to the debt ceiling meeting today, Mitch McConnell said something on CNN that just blew me away. He's talking about the possibility of screwing up 2024, saying there's a chance that the Republicans may not win back the Senate. What kind of a minority leader says something like that? I just don't get that.
I don't understand it at all. Look, America is so frustrated at this point. All we have to do is come out with a good conservative platform and plan of how we're going to turn the nation around. I mean, we're doing it right now with this, the debt ceiling. We finally stood up and said enough is enough, at least in the House. And now every senator is on board, saying they support the House's stance that we have to do something to curb spending in this nation. And so I don't understand why he would take that approach. No, the approach should be, no, we have to win the Senate, and we're going to win the Senate. You know, people are looking for an over the horizon. Tell me what we can do good to fix this nation. Not saying, oh, oops, we may lose it again. I think he's lost touch with reality at this point.
What are you hearing about the meeting today with the president and Republican and Democrat leaders?
Well, not hearing too much other than, of course, the White House is saying all they want is a clean debt ceiling. Well, they're not going to get a clean debt ceiling. I think they need to realize this. You're not going to get it through the Senate at this point. The best bet for the president to do is say, all right, let's begin negotiations. Let's start talking about this. And look, this if we got anything, if we did any level of cut in spending, that would be the first time in the history of our nation when we've actually cut spending at the time of a debt ceiling. So anything would be beneficial to Americans. Now, the question is going to be, is it going to be enough for everyone to come on? But I think the president is going to have to step up and realize not only is the border a national security crisis, our debt is a national security crisis as well. Both of these are very critical to the future of our nation. So this is a time to get the politics, the partisan politics out of the way and say we've got to do what is right for Americans. And this is, I'm hearing this across the board back in Georgia. Do something about our spending. Just do something to reduce the size and the scope of government and let us fix our own problems. We're tired of the government thinking it can be nanny to everyone. And then charging us to do it. Now,
Congressman, are you hearing any rumblings? Because, again, if Biden stands his ground here, the question is what happens next. And I just, again, we've seen how the Republicans have behaved in the past, which is why I'm asking this question. Will McCarthy go back with a plan B, or is he going to stand his ground as well?
So far, he's given the indications that we're gonna stand our ground, but the idea is to get him to the table. The fact that the president is meeting with McCarthy today and the other leaders, that is a step in the right direction. And quite frankly, even though Janet Yellen has said that we're looking at a June 1st date, the White House can control that. They don't have to spend all the money that the Democrats appropriated. Look, he can back off of his loan debt forgiveness, the student loan debt forgiveness program. That would extend the date the date that the debt ceiling hits. We can slow down some of the spending on Green New Deal. And look at all the COVID money that was appropriated. It's just sitting out there. You can deallocate some of that money, and it will extend the date back. So I think there's some leeway there. I think the June 1st date was just a date to put political pressure or public pressure on Congress. But I think as it comes down, they can adjust that date to give some more time for negotiating.
All right. Well, Congressman, we are going to leave it there. Appreciate your good work.
Well, thank you, Todd. Appreciate your good work as well.
All right. Congressman Barry Loudermilk from Georgia.